World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Iran is threatening to shut down key regional trade routes as tensions escalate following new U.S. military strikes on Iranian targets. According to BBC News, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps says the Strait of Hormuz will remain closed until Washington halts what it calls acts of aggression and warned other oil and gas routes could also be affected. The U.S. Central Command confirmed it carried out strikes on coastal defenses and missile sites, saying the operations were aimed at reducing Iran's ability to target commercial shipping. The renewed hostilities have disrupted tanker traffic through the strait, sending global oil prices sharply higher. President Donald Trump had also warned of further attacks, including possible strikes on Iran's infrastructure if talks do not resume. Meanwhile, both sides continue to signal a mix of military escalation and diplomacy, raising concerns about a broader conflict in the region. In other news overseas, a woman in Germany is speaking out as her two brothers remain on death row in Iran, highlighting a broader surge in executions of political prisoners. According to CNN, Nikki Nikbacht says her brothers Hadi and Fazlollah were arrested in 2025 and later sentenced to death after allegations linked to political activism and protest support. Human rights groups report that executions in Iran have sharply increased this year, with dozens of political prisoners put to death, often after what they describe as unfair trials. Activists say the rise in executions has coincided with ongoing conflict and global attention focused elsewhere, reducing international scrutiny. Some former prisoners and rights advocates also allege that confessions used in court were obtained through torture and coercion. Iranian officials maintain that due process is followed, but critics argue that executions are meant to silence dissent and instill fear. Nikbat says she will continue speaking out, hoping international pressure can help save her brothers' lives. Meanwhile, Israeli forces have warned Palestinian shepherds east of Bethlehem that their livestock could be seized if they return to graze in the area, according to the Wafa news agency. The report says such threats are not uncommon, with both settlers and Israeli forces frequently accused of harassing shepherds, including through physical attacks and theft of animals. In a separate incident, a Palestinian man was reportedly assaulted by settlers in Masafer Yatta, south of Hebron. The victim, identified as Ragheb al-Dababse, was injured while on his way home. Meanwhile, residents in the town of Surif, north of Hebron, also reported verbal harassment from settlers. The incidents add to ongoing tensions in the region involving Palestinian communities and Israeli settlers. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.